Welcome to the Marineff Oyster Prism deployment video. My name is Jess Bone and I'm a research assistant for the Marineff project. The route to deploying material at sea in UK waters is complex. First, meetings were held with key stakeholders to inform them of the plan to deploy the Oyster Prisms. These stakeholders included harbour authorities, fisheries regulators and fishermen, and the Crown Estate, to which most of the seabed in the UK belongs. The Marine Management Organisation oversees all development activities in UK waters and consults with a large range of organisations before issuing a licence, which has a number of conditions attached to it. In the summer of 2020, 26 oyster prisms were delivered from manufacturers and project partner Public Works Contentin via lorry to the National Oceanography Centre in Southampton, the UK. Live local mature oysters were supplied by Marineff collaborators the Blue Marine Foundation and temporarily stored in baskets below the dock pontoon. On the morning of deployment, the live oysters were cleaned with compressed air, dried, and had adhesive applied to their shells and stuck to the oyster prisms. Each oyster prism had 4 live oysters stuck to the outside of the concrete, which were held in place with bungee cord while the adhesive set. The addition of live oysters was to hasten the colonization of oyster larvae once immersed in the sea. The deployment site was next to a disused power station cooling water outfall tower in the Solent, a body of water between mainland UK and the Isle of Wight. The Port of Southampton issued a notice to mariners informing all of the intended deployment of the oyster prisms. In autumn 2020, all 26 modules were loaded onto a barge using a crane and transported 10 kilometres south to the deployment site in the Solent. Once on site, the oyster prisms were lowered to the seabed using a crane on the barge. The barge had legs which were lowered to the seabed, stabilising the vessel and allowing precise positioning of the oyster prisms. Acoustic imaging of the deployment site was used to confirm the oyster prisms were in situ on the seabed. The square openings in the side of the oyster prisms can be clearly seen in this image. Thanks for watching. There are more videos in the Oyster Prism series which are listed on screen. Be sure to also visit our social media and the Marineff project website for more resources.